Hey guys, Dan here, and today we're going to be reacting to a few videos related to Liminal County. This is a few trailers and an episode 1 video that was made by Cookie Pork Live. He's someone that recently came to my channel and said, "Hey Dan, I've seen that you're enjoying SFM horror videos. I see that you're doing a lot of videos about this sort of thing. And yes, I am taking creative liberty with like the explanation for this. But nonetheless, he asked, would you like or could you react to a few videos that I've made?" And he said, sure. I'm doing this while on a live stream. Cookie is watching right now, so I hope you enjoy, Cookie. So without any more further ado, let's go to teaser 1, 2, and 3, and then to the main video. There will be timestamps here if you're watching on YouTube after the live stream. So enjoy, give a like to the original videos, and without any more further ado, let's go. Click. I've been actually known to play a few Liminal core games in the past. Hmm. I have a feeling that I will get a jump scare. That kind of seems like the Colossal Titan from Attack on Titan. Liminal County. You know, if this would actually be a series of trailers to actually create a whole new, a whole new like a game where you take place in a never-ending county, that can actually be scary. Because I've played a game in the past called the Liminal Core, which basically just puts you into the backroom scenario where you just have to traverse like infinite like rooms, infinite like regions, and everything related to that. But I don't remember seeing one that is actually taking place on a county. So this can be very interesting. Let's watch the second teaser. Oh yeah, I have been to like a game that kind of showed like an infinite like a world like this. Okay, we've seen that one before. It's like there is like the sun was removed from the sky and placed in the forest. Dude, I hate this sound. Like I have like a very big fear of being in a plane crash. So like this sound just reminded me of like the engine of a plane starting to dive nose first. You know. Okay, Cookie, if you don't mind, could you answer me a question for me to read after I look at the third teaser? Are you actually planning to make a game out of this? Because this really looked like a series of teasers that you would have after, like you're planning to release a game, or just about when you're gonna release one. But while, if you could, if while you type that on the stream so I could read, let me watch the third teaser. I would love to just have that in mind once I go to the actual first episode. In 1996, the population of a nearby town called Liminal. I cannot read this. Oh no, Liminal vanishes over the span of a few months. But why did it vanish? 2000. The Liminal County, the base, the Baron town is completely closed off to the public, or the Basin or the Basin. 2001. Liminal now serves as nothing but a lifeless tourist attraction for urban explorers as well as tourists as a whole. Oh, so that's how we're gonna go. Once again, this sounds like a game because this just has the feeling that this is a game, you know? That there's a completely abandoned place, you're gonna go to investigate, and then you get stuck on it. You know, I think that, like, because if you guys don't know, now that we're talking a little bit about the tourism here, I am actually starting to become a bachelor in tourism. If everything goes well, in about 2 months, I will conclude college and I will be able to get my bachelor's degree. And did you know that there is actually a term for this? You know, I think that in this case, there might also be the term dark tourism. So usually this is like connected to places that just horrible or very devastating events have happened, and a lot of people are attracted to such like locations. You know, places that have been just frozen in time. There are actually people who pay, for example, to go to Chernobyl to be able to explore the city and some of the buildings that just have you know their history just marked into the stillness of like the human just infrastructure that was left behind. I don't think I would ever do that, but honestly, it's really interesting to think just how much you know places like this can actually become tourist attractions to the overall population if they want to go there. A journalist from outside the Liminal County claims to have found a potential lead on the Liminal case. Okay, so that's where we would get in. A new light is brought to the forefront. Liminal County. Evidence, sightings of the Liminal kidnapper. Would be that red guy? Are we actually gonna get some animation on this one? That is creepy. It wandered among the wildlife, tall as the trees. So it could be the Colossal Titan. It sprouted arms and legs from out of its back, arms and legs as tall as trees. It has many names it goes by, but its favorite is the Observer. Real quick, you know what one thing that would be extremely creepy in a situation like this? Because like all the images they are darkened or they have like the saturation changed. But imagine if this creature called the Observer would actually be in every single picture, just in a portion of the picture that we cannot see because of how the coloration was just messed around with. But if we just went ahead, took like the frame and we just desaturated or saturated it, or it brightened it, we would be able to see him just observing us from afar. That would be amazing. And creepy at the same time. The townsfolk here at Liminal have made a tradition of gifting the observer offerings and priceless possessions. Yeah, I feel like this would have this vibe of like there's a creature that just has this presence the region, because the I think that this is either indigenous song or song that come from people that come from Machu Picchu. You know, like a Puriation song. I don't know the correct English term. I apologize for that. But this just gives a sense of like a wild and unexplored region, you know, like the sound that we are hearing, the background of the video, which honestly just makes this whole thing more unsettling. Some have given us ums of their loved ones. Oof. Oh, of course. You know, one thing that I can suggest to you, I don't know if you posted directly using CapCut Cookie, but I always will suggest it to people to just download so you guys can escape like the CapCut like a watermark. Let me look at the stream real quick and see what Cookie said. Oh yeah, no, the theoretical version, there's a lot changed and fixed up. I couldn't find any other genre of ambient music that fitted best. No, I think that this really fits. You know what it feels like, Cookie? It feels like this place was an indigenous region, and after like the indigenous people were just pushed away or killed, their gods and their myths remain in the region. You know, it gives that vibe that there are like some old like entities here that are just like beyond like the white man's comprehension, and I think that this really adds. If you're saying right now in the stream as I'm talking to you that this is just like a coincidence, I think that it really added to the vibe and it adds to the superstition of the video. You know, it's supposed to be this is supposed to be a Slenderman creepypasta reboot. Also, this is basically supposed to be a Slenderman game or video technically. I didn't know that. It's certainly I did. Oh, so now when he says that he's very tall, tall as trees, and he has like the sprout of limbs. Okay, now I can see it. Okay, now I get it. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Coco, we just we grew with it. It just wasn't the same. We just adjusted to the gameplay style. Yeah, I get it. But now we're gonna go to the actual episode one, the theatrical release. So if you guys can, please be sure to give a like to the original videos or this video if you just came for this one, and considering subscribing to Kiki. So more videos, more horror shows, and more horror liminal videos can be made. So now, once again, I will pay full attention to the video and I'll be able to talk to you again, Cookie, after the reaction. So, let's go. Click. Yep, here we go. Here's the Slenderman notes. I really didn't imagine that this would be like a full video, like about Slenderman, until we got the first episode. It really felt like this was gonna become something completely different. My name is Liam Cecil. I have been assigned the Liminal kidnapper's case. The population of Liminal is decreasing. We have no leads. See, but wait. See, post-production. Production probably presents. And I recognize this music. Isn't this the same music that it was used to create an SCP series? I remember like that. I just don't remember the name because everything was excluded from the original channel. The original YouTuber closed the channel and everything because there was a lot of drama happening. But I recognize this music. Okay, I like it. Okay, okay. Oh, did a portion of the video? Oh, I for a moment I thought that a portion of the video had been copyrighted. One thing that I can like give you as a first piece of like advice on this is that If you're working on CapCut, you can go to the volume of the video and you can make it in a way that the video will like decrease over time until it goes completely mute. I think it's better than to just have like a dry cut like that too. But you learn. I learned it as well. Now that is a cool art. It almost really makes me feel like that I'm in Attack on Titan. It wandered among the wildlife. Tall as the trees. It could sprout arms and legs from out of its back as tall as the trees. Nobody knows where it came from. Or why is it here. Or why it is here. We only know one thing. It's abducting the people in Liminal. Evidence sightings of the Liminal kidnapper. I honestly 100% believe that this was not gonna be like a Slenderman like creepypasta. I thought this was gonna be like a complete different like genre. Oh, I see him. Like, do you guys see the figure right here? There's something about like just seeing like old pictures in black and white and all of them having like old songs, you know, like old country songs, chill and calm music like that too. Makes it very unsettling. The locations of where these images were taken remain a mystery and most likely will remain that way. Let me get a little bit closer so I can recline a bit. One thing is glaringly certain. Or glaringly, my bad. Broken English. You are no longer safe or secure. Obey. Follow. Ensnare. Obey. Follow. Ensnare. Kill. Kill. Obey. Follow. Kill. The Liminal County Police Department receives a call about the deceased driver still in the vehicle parked in the middle of a dirt road with the engine still running. And then find the body would be impossible due to the severe disfiguration of the face. Yeah. Do you guys actually remember a time that discovering who someone was, it was almost impossible if not by just facial features or by fingerprints? Nowadays with blood tests, it's almost guaranteed in a good portion of the world that they will know who you are, you know, by a blood sample. Or at least I think it is. After having reviewed the dashcam footage, it would be revealed that what had happened to the driver and who the perpetrator is. Dude, I grew up having like a VHS player. Good times. The way that it took a moment to actually start, yeah, I remember that. Is this actual footage from like the Slenderman game with some modifications to like the quality of the video? I don't know, watching videos like this actually, in a way, just remind me how much I would hate to just be into the ocean, you know? Like, just moving like this, swimming, or just being into like a cloud of nothing, you know? It's so unsettling for me. Oh, this sound! The I've heard that sound before in real life. It's like when there's a signal coming, you know, or maybe a signal interference. Okay, I have to mention something real quick. When I was young, I had a friend of the family who would try to just give me some extra lessons in math and everything. But the phone that she had, every time that she would receive a call, the signal would be captured into my speakers, you know, of our old computer. So before she could like even receive the ringtone on the phone, there was a little just like the one we just heard in the video. And every time that I heard that through the speakers, I just turned to her and said, "You're gonna receive a phone call." And then she just she would just take the phone and answer almost immediately as soon as the phone would ring. I don't know how or why, but that was very funny. After detectives examined the crime scene, the body would be transported to the Liminal County Morgue facility for autopsy to uncover the cause of death and to hopefully identify the killer at large. I also recognize this sound effect for turning on the light somewhere. The autopsy results. Also great choice for a background theme with this song or music. I like it. This person needs to be stopped. This is inhumane. No one is safe. Because of the obscurity of there being no DNA on the body, the steering wheel would be carefully taken off from the vehicle and sent to the forensic lab for testing. But really, no, not even DNA from the victim itself. That would be honestly horrible. You know, creatures that can actually erase you from reality and just make sure that you leave no trace of individuality can be really scary. I honestly I am still like one day to find a game that when you die just uninstall like the game from Steam. At the moment you die, the game just crashes and it automatically uninstalls from Steam, just to show that by all accounts you were erased from the world technically. No match. I don't think you're gonna find a match. If you do with no DNA and nothing, I would be really impressed. No match. Oh, I'm honestly surprised. Name, age, occupation. He actually looks like a teacher. Detective on Liminal kidnapper case. But that's you, isn't it? Cause of death. A no disease that appears to rapidly deteriorate the skin. No one knows how or why such a gruesome death could even begin to occur in such an alarming speed. I also recommend to be careful, Cookie, when you use like pictures of real people. If these are real people, not AI generated, into your videos, you know, just to be safe. Despite the face only being visually affected, for unknown reasons, the skin in the Robert's body seemed to have tightened to so severely that there were no identifiable features anywhere on Robert. Thus, the fingerprints on the steering wheel being the only form of acceptable DNA that the forensics could get their hands on to examine. For a moment, I thought that this creepy video, would just turn out to show that the body that they found was from the investigator that was recording all of this. Robert, what the hell are you doing? It's been weeks since we last spoke. This thing is taking people every week. I didn't find new evidence in the form of notes on trees out here, but it's not enough. L. Cecil. Okay, we are Cecil. The person doing the investigation is Cecil. Listen, if you have developed a cold feet and dropped this whole thing, then tell me so I can continue the case rather than waiting for you to respond. It's been 6 weeks now and I still haven't heard anything from you. I don't know what on earth you're doing, but I'm coming to you. Stay home and be ready for me to come over in like a few hours, Cecil. Don't worry, I already left the like. So, oh, wait. I accidentally went to the wrong place. So, this was a reaction to Liminal County episode 1 and the teasers. I'm going back to just give a look at this. So, wait. Oh, okay. Nonetheless, I really think that I really thought, better saying, that this was gonna be something about like a backrooms type of environment. I really didn't think this was gonna be about Slenderman. And oh, okay, Cookie says, I assure you none of those people are real. Good. So let me just like turn off the chat real quick, if you guys don't mind. I really enjoyed like the songs that you used, Cookie. Hopefully they will not be copyrighted. If not, I'll have to mute them on the video. But one thing that I can say is that I think that the pacing with the songs could have used like some like a rework, you know, because to be able to build like the experience, unless like your experience wanted this to be like a kind of like just a like out of order compile of information, which if it is was your intention, this was very well done. But I feel like sometimes the music and the info that we're getting, they really seem to be a little bit spreading instead of presenting to an order that we would understand better of the story. Because the teasers, they really led me to believe that this would be a completely different thing. This didn't make me believe that this was going to be a Slender thing. If not by episode 1 and you telling me, I would not see this as a Slenderman story. But now I kind of want a game about this. I don't know, it's been years since I really just watched any like media about Slenderman. And now I kind of miss, like the time that people would just be afraid of him and not just speed running the game in less than 5 or 8 minutes to just complete everything just so quickly. You guys don't know, or most of you don't know what it was like to grow up as a kid in the 2010s or around when Slenderman was getting famous. But the games that we got around that time, games that by all means and technicalities they were low quality when compared to today's games. The graphics, they were like so mid compared to what we got today, and the fact that the coding was extremely simplistic, but still they were good enough to just make us shit ourselves once we played it. Cookie says, "Yeah, no, that's understandable. It is gonna be about backrooms, etc. Slammer is the key to accessing the backrooms. So you're connecting the backrooms and the Liminal core like a team, as well as like just Slammer himself. And I'm still in the process of making the comprehensive storyline. Yeah, that's how it goes. I think that nonetheless, once you have like the core concept of what you got, as we just said, Slenderman, the backrooms, and the like Liminal core, I think that this can truly be a great story. I think that in a way, just maybe compiling the information in a way that you yourself you understand everything that is going on, so the fuck, sorry, I'm going over my words. If you manage to compile the information, watch your progress, your video, and then you just rewatch it, and you can say that you understood everything that you wanted to pass to the audience. That is a great point. I can definitely recommend you a channel. Let me just get to it real quick. Let me see. Project Zomboid Quarantine Zone Animation. Oh yeah, there's this channel called Undead Captures, and I think that. Wait, what the fuck? I'm not subscribed. What the fuck? Oh no. Okay, so this is like the membership. Okay, this channel is amazing when it comes. Let me just get to show you again. This channel is amazing when it comes to storytelling. If you go to this video, Spiffelsberg investigation, I think that in a way for a Liminal core video, this gives a lot of insight of how just compile information and present them to the audience. If you want a suggestion, really watch that video, and since there's a kind of an investigation going around with that video, it would really just showcase how to just progress the information, and maybe you could really use that to your advantage. Yeah. But I think that that's what I had to say about this video. So honestly, if you guys can, please give a like to the original video. It's always like nice to see new people just trying their passions or the games or teams that they like on YouTube. So give a like to Cookie. All the videos will be linked down below. And if you can, leave a like on this video. Thank you for coming, and I hope that you guys had a good day. Okay? Bye. See ya. Have you considered becoming a patron or a member of the channel? Links down below.